Hola, hola, what's up, guys? What's up? The Diddy saga continues. Diddy saga, male escort taking the stand. Oh, no, Diddy. Say it ain't so, say it ain't so. We had, so the male escort just took the stand. He's the second witness. And then there was also a guard. He took the stand earlier. This guard, Flores, he just got off. He was a former hotel guard. I don't know if you guys want to recap the former hotel guard and then get to the escort, or just start with the escort. That's on the stand now. Lord Almighty. Lord help us. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Toot toot. Hey, beep beep. Let's start off with a little recap. Yeah, let's do a little recap of the witness that was on earlier, and we'll give people a minute to join. So, the previous witness, and we'll be able to go through it quick, and we'll give it some time so we can get to this escort. Oh man, jeez. So let's talk about the previous witness first. He's an LAPD officer, Israel Flores. He was sworn in. Flores says, I'm also a reservist for the Army. I was a guard with Securitas in 2016 in the Intercontinental Hotel near Century City. So he was a hotel guard. This was the time where the video was recorded. Prosecution says what happened March 5th, 2016. Flores says, I was told of the 6th floor. There I recognized Sean Combs. He is there wearing a gray sweater. Prosecution says, what is your title? He is the Assistant Director of Security. Prosecution says, let me show you a photo of the Intercontinental Hotel. Flores says it's shaped like a pyramid. Judge admits it. Prosecution, what kind of incidents do you respond to? Flores says all kinds. We have a couple of unalivings there. We prepare incident reports, the 5 W's. Would you attach photos to the reports? Yes, but not video. We did not have the password. When did the incident take place? 11 a.m. I got a report of a woman in distress on the 6th floor. I closed the security base and checked the cameras. There was an African-American man pacing back and forth. I didn't see a female. I rushed there. Prosecution says, what did you see on the 6th floor? Flores says, Mr. Combs in a towel and some like colored socks. He's a rapper, producer, and Cassie on the floor. Prosecution says, let me show you the photos. Combs in a tuxedo, and in a separate photo, Cassie Ventura smiling. Prosecution says, what did you tell them? Flores, that is, they were arguing they'd have to take it back to these rooms, and that the broken vase would be charged to the room. Cassie said she wanted her phone and her bag. Flores says, Miss Cassie said she wanted to leave. Mr. Combs said, you're not leaving. I saw inside the room a male, black, wearing dark clothing. Prosecution says, what did you see Mr. Combs do after Cassie left? He called for me. He was holding a stack of money. Ooh, not to tell anyone. Prosecution says, what did you say? I said, I don't want your money. The damage is going to be charged to your room. Where did Cassie go? After I spoke with her, she left. The car pulled up. She left in a black SUV. Was there a driver? 7 feet. He said she wants to leave. I said, I'm talking to her, not you. Oh, they left. Then what? We went up to Mr. Combs' room to remind him of hotel rules. He opens the door and grabs the phone and says, are you recording me? I pinned him to the wall. Oh, wow. Flores asks says, I took photos of the broken vase to tell them to come clean it up. I went right to write up the report. Is this it? My report with my name on it. Defense says same objection. Judge says noted. Prosecution then, did you review the video? Flores says yes. I'm handing you a thumb drive with videos. Video shown. Did it have audio? No. Let's walk through it. Who is this? That's Cassie. And this, Mr. Combs. What's happening here? She picked up the wall phone. What did you find when you got there? Flores says a broken vase. What is this at the end of the video? Me coming out of the elevator. Let's pull up the incident report again. Flores says here, we reminded them or him to check out. The checkout time was approaching. What did you add to the incident report after you reviewed the video? I described what I saw in the video. What else did you do with the video? I recorded 2 videos of it on my phone to show my wife at home. Oh, hell nah, girl. Flores' video of the video with his voice over it, including how shiny his shoes were, is played for the jury. Prosecution says, what did you work the next day? No, I had off the next 2 days. When you came back, did you look for the video? I did. Flores says, but it was gone. Did you ever see it again? Yes, recently. Prosecution says nothing further. Combs. His attorney, Brian Steele, says, you said your report was the 5 W's, right? Yes. You mentioned that when you get off the elevator at 11:14 or 11:15, you describe Mr. Combs as having a devilish expression on his face. Well, that's my opinion. When you get off the elevator, what's in your hand? My radio. Mr. Combs did not attack you, did he? No. And was there any law enforcement involved? No. You videoed for your wife and kept it, right? I did. But never was law enforcement called. No, they were not. You told the jury, Mr. Combs said to Cassie, you're not leaving. But your report did not say that, right? At that point, I did not believe it was a significant fact. I'm not going to put it down the back and forth. So it wasn't important 9 years ago, but only now. Oh, shit. Objection! Overruled! Flores. I did not put in the report at the time. You said you were offered a bribe, but hadn't you told him he had to pay for the vase? Yes. The gentleman you say you saw in the room, you described to the jury things not in your report. He didn't engage. Why didn't you ask him his name? He wasn't talking to no one. Did you tell anyone at the time? No. Guess I'm going to have to mute this or something. Let's see here. And the 7-foot driver. Yeah, who the hell is that 7-foot driver? Damn. Do you know who it was? I don't know, but Cassie knew him. You didn't put in your report that you offered to call law enforcement, but she refused. Why not? She said no, so there was no reason to include it. You said you put Mr. Combs against the wall. That's aggressive, isn't it? It could be, but I only put my forearm against his chest. But you didn't put that in your report. You're asking me to put more detail in my report. You're asking me to put more detail in my report. Do you remember the layout? No, just a corner room. Was it a normal hotel room like I would stay in, or just one room? Or did it have a living room? I don't know. The third party, you said he was on a bed. It was a pullout. Were you in the hospitality business as well as security, right? Oh, you were. He said yes. Mr. Combs, it was clear to you that he wanted to pay for the damage, right? Objection! Calls for speculation, says the prosecution, asking a different way. It can be embarrassing for a guest. Objection! Sustained. One moment, nothing further. Redirect. Okay, let me mute this thing right here. Boom. Okay. Did you typically include every single detail in a report? No. Did he seem drunk or high? No. When he offered you money, what did he say? That he didn't want anyone to know about it, pretty much. Which way Mr. Combs dragging Cassie? Back toward the room. Nothing further. Recross. There are motion sensitive cameras, so there are gaps, right? Yes. Nothing further. Next witness. Okay. So that was a little mini recap that we missed. Now let's get on to this escort. Male escort. Currently testifying. Oh, man. Is this the one that was in the hotel room? Oh, man. New witness. So the witness's name is Daniel Phillip, who worked as a male escort and says he received money from Cassie to have sex around 2012 to 2013. Oh, from Cassie. Okay. All right. So it says, what did Miss Ventura pay you for? Witness says to have sex with her. Sean Combs was there too. Damn. Okay. Witness says, my boss called me and said he couldn't find any of our black dancers. So could I go to a bachelorette party in Gramercy Park Hotel in downtown Manhattan? What did you expect to do? A little stripper dance. Oh. Male dancer says she was in the hotel room in a red wig, stockings, and sunglasses. She gave me a few $100s. What was the room like? Male dancer says red couches, Astroglide, and a lubricant. There was a man on the right side of the room. The man had on a white robe and a bandana over his face, below his eyes, and a baseball cap. From his voice, I recognize him as Sean Combs. What the hell? Okay, so Diddy was in this room. Red couches, Astroglide, lubricant. And he was dressed in a white robe, bandana over his face, below his eyes, and a baseball cap. And he recognized him by his voice. What did he say? That he was into importing and exporting. He said he was having problems with my boss. Objection, the defense. Prosecution says, I'll get back to that. After the sex was over, what happened? Male dancer says, Cassie gave me a couple of $100,000 more. They're paying good, I guess. Male dancer says, he said to give them my phone number. I did. Cassie called me and asked me for a photo. Then what? She called me to go back. I did for a few hours. And then a few times after that. Combs always present? Yes. Any other locations? Essex House, his residence on 56th Street, I believe 210 at the time, and at her residence on West End Avenue, I think number 10. What name were you to say you were there to see? Male dancer says Black. I would send her vulgar text messages. Like what? You want me to say it? Give me an example. I text, I want to F you right now. Prosecution says, how often did you use baby oil? Every time. Male dancer says, Sean Combs said we didn't have enough baby oil on. He said, he's say, y'all slow down, separate from each other. One time he tried to have us role play like we had just met at an airport. We weren't good, so we skipped that. What direction did Mr. Combs give you? Male dancer says, he'd tell me to step off and back off. How many times, if any, were you told to urinate on Miss Ventura? Objection suggestive! Judge overruled. And we're caught up. Damn. So Diddy was into like the peeing stuff, making other people pee on each other and watching. Damn. What a mess, man. What a mess. What a mess. What a mess. Wow. So, new witness Daniel Phillip. Let me see what this guy looks like. They were having all kinds of parties and fun and spending time together. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Next witness, Daniel Phillip, male escort who testifies about getting paid by Diddy's victim, Cassie, for sex, initially hired under the pretense for stripping for a woman at a bachelorette party. Cassie asked Phillip to get her a baby oil massage. Phillip describes Combs wearing a white robe and bandana, so he's watching the whole shit. Can imagine Diddy in that outfit. Cassie was actually the one who asked me to urinate on her. What? Cassie was actually the one that asked me to urinate on her. She asked me if I had ever done that before. She told me to do it. Apparently, I was doing it wrong because they both told me to do it. Whoa, jeez. Oh man. Oh man, this is just crazy, dude. The P and Diddy.
This time. So you were in that coma in 2022. You had the liver transplant, you had the tracheotomy, and all that stuff that went on.
Multi-system organ failure.
Yeah,
wow. 60.
Right. Have they figured out what happened yet?
We will.
No, I mean, have the doctors medically, like, what happened to you?
Yeah, what happened? So,
because you just collapsed, right?
Yeah, so, just mysteriously out of the blue, which we do talk about in the book.
Yes.
What that,
I want to get into
what that process is. But, so it's been quite a journey. And as I said, even as it relates to writing the book, I went through many, almost, more than a decade of being scrutinized and clowned by law enforcement, them telling me, you need some help. Sex trafficking? Really? What's wrong with you? No way. But not realizing that they were also working for the situation.
Because you were hinting, saying,
posting. Yeah. I get calls, take it down or else, so on and so forth.
But this is about Diddy, so let's be clear for everybody that doesn't know.
Diddy, who's about to, his trial's about to start. Yeah, yes. They're selecting a jury.
But you were on this train years ago.
Yes, many, many years ago. I posted some information that was, basically trying to save my life. And thank goodness to my ex, the wonderful Kim Porter, the late Kim Porter, who, kind of warned me all along the way to, just kind of watch your back, so on and so forth. And I didn't understand why.
Because of Diddy.
Basically.
Do you believe that she died of pneumonia?
Absolutely not.
Why? Oh. What evidence do you have?
She was in the best of health. We just saw each other prior to her passing. We were actually celebrating our son's new Netflix Christmas special, and she was doing just fine. In fact, we were all at the event together at Netflix in the lobby. Sean, myself, the children, all having a great time. And I'm, grabbing Sean like, what? And she's in the back going, stop, So it was a really festive opportunity just for all of us to be together because it's nothing like the circus that's out here. So it was a lot of the stuff, came to surprise, but a lot of the stuff will be revealed because, and that's why I thought it would be a good idea to finally tell my story. Every network came to me, participate and so on and so, but I said, listen, I have no interest in speaking about another man.
But you are in the book.
Yeah, right. But this, I will speak about where our paths cross.
Okay. He's trying to, I guess, maybe promote or mention a book. Let's get some updates. So do you guys think that Diddy was messing around with guys too? Was he some guys sue him, come forward? They were saying they woke up with him on top of him and all that stuff. So they said here, objection, because I guess they thought that was graphic, but this is a serious case and we're all adults. So the question of how many times did you pee on this person? It sounds like some R. Kelly shit. How many times, if any, were you told to urinate on Miss Ventura? And they scream out, objection, suggestive. we got to talk about it. How many times did you pee on these people, you know? Male dancer says, they told me not to do it all at once. Damn. Objection to him saying that. Judge, I've got it. The prosecution then says, what happened afterward? Male dancer says, they leave me waiting for hours, the whole night. Go on for 10 hours. They were headed to the Essex Hotel. They said to go in 30 minutes. It was the first time he opened the door as himself, dressed in a suit, no mask. So normal, it's almost like he's getting a feel. He's wearing this little mask and outfit, kind of feeling you out and stuff, sizing you up, watching you in action. And then you meet the real him. And then so it says, how did things change? And then he says he didn't feel, and then he got cut off again. Combs down said, objection! So the defense really doesn't like this. They're getting pissed. The judge says, focus it. Prosecution says, what did you understand? And I guess he kind of typed this wrong. He was threatening me. I think he made a mistype. I think he's really trying to type as fast as he can. There's a couple of pages too. Let me see if I can follow all these pages together. There's a few of them giving on what's going on the inside of the courtroom. Giving some details and stuff. Damn, man, Diddy swinging, bro. Swinging left and right. Diddy made male escort perform disgusting act on Cassie. Prosecutors say in bombshell trial. The other thing that's going on is they're saying Diddy is also reading the Bible in court. Reading the Bible. Redemption. Let's see what else we got with this update here. Okay. Prosecution. Who, if anyone, recorded? The dancer says Mr. Combs with cell phone and camcorder. He took a photo of my driver's license for insurance. Bro. That's what he said. The defense screams, objection. Judge says, focus it. Prosecution says, what did you understand? Then it says, A, he was threatening me. Bro, wow. We're going to get your driver's license. Just so you know that we know where you live, where you stay. Your information, keep it quiet. Don't say nothing except the money. Keep it moving. All in the name of Jesus. Diddy looks like he's leaning on his faith as he goes on federal trial for sex trafficking because he was reading from the Holy Bible in court. Wow. Let's see if I can get some oh, if you guys can help me out with the like button, please. Let's get up to 1,000. Get up to 1,000 likes. We need all the help we can get.
Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
P. Diddy, whatever you call himself these days. Yeah, go ahead.
It is one of the strange
Freak off parties. Jonathan Odie. So they're asking about who's being recorded, who's doing the recording. Sean Combs. That he took his driver's license for insurance. Male dancer says, I went and And once I went and Cassie was slumped over, he said, "It's not going to happen this time." Prosecution says, "Did Mr. Combs offer you drugs?" The escort says, "Molly, I guess it's called. I don't do drugs. MD, MH, MDMA, I think. I went out and handed out $100 bills." What? I think I went out and handed out $100 bills. Okay. How did the Molly make you feel? The escort says sick and euphoric and like an idiot, handing out hundreds of dollars of bills. Who was also present? The prosecution asked. The escort says, "A guy who told me he was an actual escort. He was having sex with Cassie at her apartment." Jesus. So he said he was giving some Molly or ecstasy, was feeling good, feeling high, on top of the world. You know what I'm saying? On that good. That shit'll have you doing some crazy stuff. You gotta be careful who you're around with. You know, if it's real. A lot of the stuff is fake now. But if it's real, because, man, you could be getting fake stuff, China shit, you know? But if it's real, man, you'd be telling your whole life, your whole love story, your whole life story. Everything feels good, touching, rubbing, everything. Everything feels good, showers, baths. So somebody get you in a compromising position, you don't even know what happened. Or you wake up the next day, oh my God, what did I do? Oh. So the male dancer says the guy was looking at Sean Combs. And Combs said, "Don't you be effing looking at me. Don't you be fucking looking at me." Damn. The defense screams, "Objection." Judge says, let's get a fresh question. Prosecution says, "What did he look like?" Male dancer says, "Black guy, kind of skinny. We exchanged phone numbers." So Sean didn't like being looked at while he's in the presence of all this stuff going on. He just wants to be in the background, kind of hidden, like a fly in the wall. Stuff back in the day, oof, be gone, man. Feeling good. Everything feels good. I love you. I love you too. You're my best friend. You're my best friend too. I've never felt this close with anybody. Me either. And then everything, then you become sober after a while. Or you're depressed for a week while your dopamine comes back. Oh man, all right, what else we got? So we got this escort male stripper. Says he had sex in front of Combs. Philip described a 2012-2013 gig where he was paid a few $100,000 to have sex with Cassie while Combs watched. As a little recap. And the prosecution witness said he was expecting to do a striptease and leave with a $200 and a tip. At that point, she gave me a few $1,000s and said she would tip me when I leave. We ended up having sex, rubbed baby oil on each other for a couple of minutes. Combs was sitting there in the corner, touching himself, watching. Damn. So he's a little bit of like a cuck, I guess. After they had Philip and Cassie gave him a couple thousand more. Wow. So for some of these people are already in that lifestyle. They're already getting paid to have sex. This is like the dream for them. Some of them. This is the dream. You're getting paid 10 times, 15 times more than you usually get paid. You're getting drugs and alcohol and everything else, and you're hooking up with celebrities. So, okay, we got an update. So they exchanged phone numbers. Prosecution says, "Have you seen him in 10 years? He said no. Did it ever seem you were not the first person there? He says, yes. Half-used Astroglide towels on the floor. Oof. After the $100 bills, did you see them again? I couldn't do it anymore. Oh. Damn, yeah. So I guess he went there and there was half-used Astroglide, so he wasn't the first one there. There's been other male escorts that they're using that lube, that lubricant. Half-used Astroglide towels on the floor. What a scene. To anyone saying this needs to be an all-women's jury, Diddy is also DL. And a lot of his legal cases are from men sexually assaulted and AR'd, either when they were minors or they were adults, allegedly. It truly doesn't matter. He AR'd both men and women. Jeez. There's a Free Puffy page. It's called Free Diddy, Free Puff, and they're upset about this whole situation. They're replying under somebody saying, making fodder of his personal private sex life is disgusting. One precedent should be set after I hope he sues. When these proceedings close, it should be against the law to comment on social media on a case pending in federal court. This is no laughing matter. So the Free Diddy person's upset about what this other person had to say. So the prosecution says, what did you get paid when you couldn't perform? Male dancer says nothing, but I never asked for money. I was happy to get involved with people with such notoriety, but after I saw Sean Combs hit Cassie, I couldn't do it anymore. So he was there sometimes out of his own free accord, or if he couldn't perform, he wouldn't get paid nothing. He was just happy to be around these people, to be breathing the same air, inhaling the same Astroglide, the Astroglide microscopic scent patterns in the air, the microscopic molecules in the air from the Astroglide. Jeez.
So when we're nearing a verdict, we'll go live on Twitter. But other than that, I want you guys to make an account. Please hit the follow button. We're going to be keeping you up with all the details day by day as this progresses. By the way, just keep in mind that there are no cameras in court, in federal court. So we're kind of relegated here to get third party.
Oof. Let's see what else. What else do we got? And when is Cassie testifying? He said he couldn't do it anymore. I want to hear the cross-examination. Did you enjoy it? Why? What did you do? We turn on the AC. I'll be right back. It's kind of hot in here. A little hot. All right. A bit of air flowing in here. Diddy. Did he do it, man? Did he do it? Did he? So the sex worker alleges that Combs gave instructions during sex with Cassie. He started really directing us after a second time. Soon, some of those instructions allegedly included role-play scenarios. Went to orgasm, where Combs wanted Philip to relieve himself, and what acts to perform. According to Philip, Combs would occasionally stop him so that Combs could have sex with Cassie. So, Diddy is definitely into the man stuff too, it seems like. He also alleged that Combs offered him drugs, but Philip said he didn't use substances. And he described it, an incident where it appears Cassie was under the influence. Diddy. Somebody on Twitter said, "What's Astroglide?" Oh, girl. Girl. All right, let's see what else. Waiting for an update. It's quiet now. Yeah, let's check out this page. Stop the live updates. Yeah, see. Yeah, they stopped. Not a good page. Okay, little update. So the prosecution says, what was Mr. Combs saying as he met Cassie? Male dancer says, he said, "Bitch, when I tell you come over, you come over." I didn't know what to do. Prosecution says, "Did you intervene?" No. I knew that the changes there were bodyguards. Objection! Sustained. I knew that the changes there were bodyguards. I'm not sure what that means. I guess he knew he couldn't do anything, maybe because the bodyguards are there. Maybe they throw him out, toss him. Man, Diddy really out there, huh? Diddy's really about that life. I wonder, he might be more intense than R. Kelly. The next level. Testing. All right. So let's see what else we got. Some other places have different bits of information, so I might have to try to corral the information together a little bit. Objection. Well, they got a bunch of pages doing updates and stuff. We'll take a look at a couple of them. So he's into the peace stuff and being in control, degrading. And Sean Combs took his ID. I'm just taking this for insurance in case you act out, in case you say something. I got people, I got connections, I got money. That's how they run in Hollywood, in the entertainment industry. You want to get in, you want to make some money? Okay, we just got to record you in the situation. Got to get down and suck on it. And then we'll let you in, and if you ever act out or get out of bounds, we'll put that video out. Prosecution says, what's next? Or what next? Male dancer says, he said, are y'all ready to continue? Did you try? I don't recall. Did you see them again? I thought I had developed some sort of friendship with Cassie. I may be speculating, or I may have been speculating. Damn. Male escort testifies he was paid as much as $6,000 a pop for Diddy to watch him have sex with Cassie. That's crazy, bro. Crazy. Pull up the other live feed outside. So he thought he developed some kind of friendship with them. Crazy, crazy, crazy. All right, let's see. Should Diddy take the stand? 70% say yes, purely for entertainment reasons. No, I'm just kidding. Damn, I don't know. Is this true? Somebody claim here Trump's team has spent more than $10 million having images of him with Sean P. Diddy Combs bleached from the internet. I don't know if that's true. Interesting. I could look that up. Is that really a picture of Diddy? Is that what it really looks like? Oh, from 2024. I said maybe 2024. Okay, so the male dancer says, I went there. I heard him slapping her. He walked out in a towel. She ran to me. I asked, why are you staying with this guy? The defense says objection, question mark, and judge says grounds, question mark, and Donaldson says hearsay, judge says overruled. Male dancer says she said it was okay. This was wild, man. This was wild. And they played the video during the trial, the 2016 hotel assault. They played that video for the jury to see. Dang. Let's see what DJ Academics is saying real quick on this.
Jokes. Okay, this is a serious case, by the way. Cool. We're not going to see, but it's going to be shown in court that Cassie was like fucking, you know, super happy. They're saying, number one, she's off Molly. Molly makes people feel euphoric and make them feel a false sense of happiness. So that's number one. Number two, they're like, because she had to please this guy, or she was trying to please him, she looked like she was having fun, but she wasn't. She was actually being sexually assaulted, and also she was being coerced in a sex trafficking way. So in them trying to prove that, they're talking to the sex workers. Yo, so what happened? Say, yeah, nah, I would come over and do whatever. Yeah, I thought me and Cassie were cool, but I'm also seeing every time I'm around, Diddy saying shit to her like, yo, bitch, when I tell you to come over, you come over, okay, right? He said, bitch, when I tell you to come over, you come over. He said, I didn't know what to do. So they're kind of describing like this like controlling, forceful relationship where Diddy is talking to her so crazy, and Diddy is seemingly almost making her and forcing her to do these things, as opposed to it being like their kink and she wants to do it. So it's helped painting that government picture of, nah, this wasn't two freaky individuals that were swingers doing their thing. This was Diddy who was making everything happen. He would say, yo, listen, stop. Y'all not doing the role playing right. Fuck that. All right, just put your dick in her mouth, all right? All right, piss on her face. Okay. Or you'll be like, yo, stop, man. It's not enough baby oil. Yo, get the baby oil. You know what I mean? And also, the person is testifying and say, yo, we'd come over, and all of a sudden, we're like, yo, was other people here fucking this girl? Because the lube, the
lube was half used, half Astroglide.
Right?
God.
It's not full. It's not a new one. It's like a little bit, I don't know. So it looks like it's kind of setting up this idea that it's setting, yo, who the hell? Yo, stop trolling me, bro. Stop trolling me, chat. Everybody smack. Cool. So,
all right. Let's see any updates. Still waiting on the court update in there. 2 minutes ago, stripper says Combs urged them to keep quiet. Phillip told jurors that Combs made it clear that he had to keep quiet. We know about the driver's license. It's crazy how they get down. Astroglide, it's a lotion. It's a lotion, you know, you take care, you rub yourself with the lotion. They're saying Misa Hilton, the mother of Diddy's second oldest son, Justin Combs, was amongst the Team Diddy family members showing up in support for his sex trafficking trial on Monday with a little extra assistance of a walker. Damn, she went ride or die for Diddy.
Misa, how are you? It's TMZ here, sorry. Well, you look great nonetheless.
Okay.
It's good to see you.
The king lose.
Don't block her way. If she needs to walk, create a space.
You can use it in your hair too, Astroglide.
Misa, if you don't mind me asking, what happened? You look good nonetheless, but is everything okay with you? Well, you look good.
What's the hell going on?
Give her space.
Clear that.
Oh, family there.
Stay back. Stay back. Guys, just hold the line. Clear that. Clear that path. Clear the path. Diddy posed. Tell P. Diddy to give it to God.
There's people, you can hear people screaming out there. I had read somewhere too that the P. Diddy supporters, some had slept out overnight, the entire night, to be out there today. P. Diddy supporters. There's people that believe this stuff is a money grab. They don't believe it's true, or in support of him. Oh, they're taking a break now. Okay, they're taking a break. Break before nothing further. Break before the cross. Okay, so I'm really curious to see what the cross is going to have, because I thought the opening statements for the defense was somewhat strong. We'll have to see, but you know what the prosecution is doing, kind of like academics mentioned, it does seem like they're trying to say, you know, there were all these drugs, and so these people were coerced and under the influence of drugs, and so the positive things that maybe they've said was under drugs. But I don't know, because over the years too, like they mentioned in the beginning, they've had so many opportunities to leave, and the guy she's married to now, Cassie, was Diddy's trainer. Diddy's trainer. And she's married with the guy and kids with the guy. She's actually pregnant now. She pregnant. Cassie. I'll show you a picture. For the potential upcoming thumbnail. She's pregnant now. That's a recent picture.
Well, are you surprised that Diddy did not get a bail? Like, he's in jail right now as we're speaking.
I am surprised that Diddy didn't get a bail, and I think probably he was surprised that he didn't get a bail. And I think that I love how you went from Cube and then you're like, are you just sorry? Your transition game is crazy.
Oh, it's insane. I'm the best at this.
I'm surprised that Diddy didn't get a bail. But I don't think right now, based on what I know and based on what I see, I don't think, unless there's a real twist and turn to the plot, I don't think he's coming out of jail again. I don't think, I'm surprised he didn't get a bail, but once they kept him in jail, he ain't getting a bail.
Well, right, because there's witness tampering. He called one of the witnesses like 55 times in a day.
Yeah.
Since he's been in jail?
128 times. No, but before he went to jail, there was, because what had happened was Dawn Richard, who used to be part of Danity Kane, filed a lawsuit.
Right.
And in the lawsuit, she mentioned her group mate, Kalina Harper, a bunch of, like 33 times. So Diddy called Kalina 128 times, and then Kalina wrote up a statement saying that I don't agree with all this stuff and I've never seen all the stuff that, Dawn mentioned. I never seen Diddy hit Cassie, whatever. But the fact that he called that many times shows witness tampering. And, basically that's what they're saying, that he's too dangerous to let out.
He's not getting out of jail. When I spoke to my friend who understands these things way better than me from experience, and he told me, he said, he probably was told, and his lawyers probably told 50-50. When you're puffy and you come, I got $50 million bail, and you're used to things going your way by hook or crook, they're like, all right, well, at least they're gonna give me fucking bail.
Yeah.
And then they went back to bail hearing again, and they said no, he's not getting out.
3 times.
3 times.
3 times.
Yeah,
he's going to sit in jail. They're saying the trial is going to be in May of 2025, but that's not going to happen. It's going to get pushed back. There's going to be more charges. There's going to be more witnesses. The civil lawsuits are wild. There was this new guy that popped up that basically said that Puffy face fucked him in the back of a Macy's.
Oh my God.
You heard this one?
I didn't hear about the face fucking.
Yes.
I didn't hear about
There's a face fucking lawsuit right now.
There's a face fucking lawsuit, right? So face fucking is the new baby oil.
I guess so.
Face fucking's an ill term. You just said that's a wild term. Face fucking.
Face fucking. Yeah, this guy who worked for Echo at the time, I guess, ran into Puffy in the stockroom of a Macy's right here, right down the street, the flagship store. Puffy had 3 security guards with him, and he basically made this guy drop to his knees and give him oral sex.
Damn.
With the 3 with the 3 security guards watching.
Damn.
I'm sure they're looking at each other and go like, man, they don't pay me enough for this shit. Like,
yeah, I'd be like, yo, man, fuck
tomorrow.
this shit, man. It's got to be another rapper I can work for. I'll work security at Madison Square Garden. This is too much, man. At what point is it? Like, I know it's good, but this is crazy. We get the yachts and occasional, second, the second and third chick, but this is at a certain point. It's like, come on, man. I've had enough. Face fucking. You get me heating up the baby oil. This is. Come on, man. I'm just supposed to be like a security guard pushing people away, like fending off autograph seekers. This is too much.
Dang, I didn't even know about that lawsuit. Oh, man. So they're on a little break before they do the cross, which I'm looking forward to.
There are so many witnesses. There are so many victims.
Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out.
I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at.
Is there anything that you may want to confess tonight before you go in?
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
You try to get in contact with me, through all my, partners.
I keep everything right here. There you go. Or right here. There you go.
Let's just go get some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Is this a sociopath or is this somebody that
I'm a savage! Oh!
can be redeemed? And I'm not talking about in business or to the world. I think it's a wrap for that.
I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
Oh. I mean, like, his soul.
I never liked him. I met him a bunch of times, but I never liked him.
Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. And you gotta tell him no.
You gotta tell him no.
You have to tell him no.
Yeah, about my parties, they're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me.
When they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them. Shit, I put them to sleep.
I mean, the after party. You need locks on the doors?
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
A lot of heat. Physically, the place has to be hot.
You don't have no air conditioning.
No air conditioning. No. Why is that?
Heat affects the alcohol, and it also affects, everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. Builds up a nice little sweat.
How do I address you?
You can call me Love.
That's wild, man. Diddy. So they're on a break, waiting for the cross-examination. I'm wondering what Diddy's people, they're going to have to say to refute this, to fight this back, to go against the escort, the male escort. Diddy gets it on. Male, female, doesn't matter. He's fluid. Don't matter, man. None of that stuff matters. You know what I mean? Let me try something here. Diddy get it down. Damn, Diddy. Let's see if this works. There we go. Perfect. Diddy get it down. Diddy just... see what else they got over here in this thing. You know what? I wonder what Charleston White think about Diddy. What is his commentary on Diddy? I don't know if I want to play that one. You're crazy.
The Diddy case. He's been arrested. He tried to put up $50 million bond, rejected. They say he's in a suicidal part of the prison or jail or whatever. But we've been talking about this. You've been calling the parties out. You've been speaking about the white parties and how you wouldn't, because this is book that came out of his wife, Kim Porter. She released a book allegedly, and she says how he had to do certain things to stay on a certain level. And when I read that, it reminded me of how you said you don't even want more than $5 million.
Every major person you know have been to his party. They're starting to release photos of Aaliyah was at the party.
Oh God, Aaliyah.
Kobe.
Why you think ain't nobody saying nothing? They're not bashing him.
They not unfollowing him. They not nothing.
Man, they would delete my videos off their platform. Think about that, nigga. They would delete my videos off their platform. They won't even invite me when he talk about people. Homie, these allegations have always been there. So how they trying to, homie, they've been ignoring this, turning the blinds eye forever. That's why I came attacking the industry, the culture, the community. And nigga, push back. And everything out of the, it's been 5 years and then it unfolded. And it's still no pushback. It's still no motherfucking pushback against Puffy. None, homie. Even when Charlamagne got him on the Breakfast Club and asked him about the video, when he said, "I love how you be scrambling and scraping it," man, he ain't got no real pushback, homie. Nigga, even when Cassie came out.
Yo, the scrambling and scraping.
Yeah, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. No, I like that.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, nigga, wasn't nobody at first. Nigga, they were still rocking with Puffy. So think about Michelle Obama, Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. Nigga, remember Puffy was with them with the Rock the Vote. All of this have always hovered over Puffy's head as a dark cloud. And they know this to be true. But nigga, they turn the blind eye. Homie Puffy got some pictures, man, with Donald Trump, Russell Simmons from way back when he was a young pup. Man, the white boy always find them a good nigga.
Oh shit.
Like Puffy. It's a nigga around here like named Jim Shaw. They use them kind of niggas to find them niggas out of our culture in the industry to go recruit the niggas and the girls that's down with the freaking. Everybody was down with the freaking. Puffy just the fall guy. Nigga, you know how many people shaking in their boots that's on them tapes? It's no different than Jeffrey Epstein's island list. Homie, Chris Tucker name on there. There's a bunch of people name on there. But isn't it ironic that they giving us all the details about Puffy and then give us no details about Jeffrey Epstein? So, homie, I just want to remind people, as humble and as meek and righteous you think your favorite celebrity is, they exist in an evil world. And for them to maintain in that world, they have to be okay with evil things.
Gotta get down.
Whether that's T.I., man, you have to be okay with evil things because you don't get this high. Religious people have always said that evil things and evil high power of principalities exist in high places. Evil exists in high places, huh? How do you think he could do that for so long? And now you got videos of later of him coming out saying, man, they might arrest me for these kind of mother parties. Because most evil things is in plain sight. We just don't know what to look for. But I'm gonna say this. He ain't been accused of fucking no babies. So fuck what he did to them people. Because I know it wasn't a freak off. It was a big orgy that they was having. And how you go fault me because I'm a rich nigga and I got these hoes coming in from Texas and they go come to New York and they go but yeah, them hoes want some money for me to How you go hit me with sex trafficking? Sex work. Man, I'm getting these hoes something for that pussy. These ain't prostitute. It's a fair exchange. I'm a rich man. Every pussy I get, I got to fly in from another state and be willing to give them something. Man, this the part of the rich and famous life. How y'all criminalizing this shit? So he taking a fall for something.
Do you expect to see CEOs and execs in these tapes that may come out, or more documents that may come out?
Everybody in on it, my nigga. Jay's, everybody in on it. You think all these people, we've been hearing all this stuff for all these years about the Illuminati, the parties, the producers' couch, what you got to do this. You think they gonna give us everybody names? They gonna give us some Fall Guy names so they can keep going. It's still going right now.
That's what they're playing with the Epstein files. For years and years, been playing with the Epstein files.
It was a party this weekend that was like Diddy party. We just don't know it. You think when Michael Rubin them had them motherfucking party and it's a 3-day party and all the who's who elite, they drinking, they get, you think those sexual desires and urges ain't coming out at those parties with Michael Rubin? Robert Kraft was found in a massage parlor when he freed Meek Mills from the NFL. You think he ain't run that dick or letting Meek run that dick through him?
Yeah, what?
Meek says he'll offer anybody.
Meek doing everything to try to disassociate himself because
$100,000 to investigate the case.
That sound like a guilty nigga. That sound like a guilty nigga, homie. I'm gonna pay $100,000. So man, I ain't finna pay a motherfucker if I ain't done nothing. Why would I do that and I ain't on none of the tapes?
Maybe because it's hurt
that
his
is
brand.
true.
He's coming out with new music and people are still talking about him wearing the same matching pajamas and shit like that. And it's hurting his brand.
A guilty nigga. Man, it's a whole bunch of people that said things about me and they lied and I won't even address them. I don't even address them. I keep moving like they ain't said it. I'm not paying no $100,000 to prove I ain't did nothing. No private investigator. Who they go investigate? Who? When the FBI got all the evidence. Who?
Do you think two men matching like that is suspect?
Like a motherfucker. Gay in the...
No, so they're on break, but they made a little update. No, during the break, the male dancer witness named Daniel not Phillips, as it first sounded. Oh, okay, they're just saying the name. Welcome back, juror. Can I have the lawyers for a sidebar? Okay, they're doing a little sidebar.
You're gay in the motherfucker.
Hey, yo.
That ain't just suspect. They're gay in the... Yeah, them niggas spoon at night. yeah, two niggas doing that spoon at night. Yeah, nigga.
But yeah, man, it's crazy. Just reading the book, the audio book came out recently. The kids claim it's not true, but this is a book that she wrote before she mysteriously passed away from pneumonia. And she's real detailed. She names a lot of celebrities in there, crazy names that I don't want to say because allegedly, you know, whatever. But
name one.
Huh?
Name one celebrity.
Will Smith.
We all know he like that dick. He played in that movie with that white boy. 6 Degrees of Separation. We all know, nigga. Yeah, we all know, homie. But listen, my nigga, even Pac was saying it. There's some videos of even Pac saying it. Man,
Pac
this nigga
was
done got
sus.
that money. So, homie,
yeah, Pac is in there, but Pac was in there for saying no, he didn't want to do a threesome with Kim Porter. Because Diddy was challenging Pac to have a threesome to see whose dick she would like more, allegedly. And Pac was like, nigga, hell no, I'm going home. This shit's strange.
Then a motherfucker. Yeah, man. These are black celebrities, homie, but we already know they all do it, homie. All the men, this is, homie, man, nigga, we ain't got no business entertaining that shit. Cause nigga, I'm getting the kind of money where I'm finna start be having hoes come this way and come that way, and I'm gonna have to fly them in and give them some money for some of that pussy. And I don't need this being criminalized. Some kind of way, man, it ain't wrong for a nigga to pay a hoe to free. Nigga, it ain't wrong for flying no hoe to sell pussy out of goddamn me, Indianapolis, Indiana, and fly to buttfuck Mississippi so we can fuck for the weekend. They ain't breaking no motherfucking law. And they trying to make this shit what players do, law breaking. Man, that's what players do.
So what is the baby oil? What is that? What does that stand for? Where does that come in?
You know, them niggas want to all their bodies up and slip and slide when they slippery sex is like sweaty sex.
1,000 bottles?
Man, we fucking 1,000 hoes a year. Hell yeah, that nigga, when you got this kind of money, man, you know, you can't imagine how much fuck niggas doing, my nigga. And we got all the people that like to fuck. And we got all the kind of drugs to make you pass than you can normally. We doing all the kind of drugs that damn near make a nigga for 72 hours straight. And then all that, they said that nigga had the IV replenishing clinics set up for when you done drain yourself from calming and fucking and peeing, you get the IV fluid pumped right back in you and bring you back to life and go right back. Man, that's even heaven or hell. We just don't know. We ain't never been there, Sean. That got to be heaven or hell, one of the two. For a nigga, we live in between. So our minds can't fathom what a nigga can do with 1,000 baby oil. You ain't never for 72 hours straight. And your dick hard the whole time. And all you need is just some water and a little rest. And you back 2 hours down the road. Yeah, we live in the middle, my nigga, so we can't imagine.
Gene Dale, his security guard, came out saying that, well, this was a few months back, but him and Ja Rule were in the room together with robes on.
Say what?
Him and Ja Rule was in the room together with robes on. Diddy and Ja Rule allegedly.
They were. That what Gene said? Man,
yeah, that's
listen,
what his security guard said.
Gene done snuck and got him some too. He ain't witnessed and saw all that, nigga, and ain't partaked and participated. They ain't gonna keep you around.
You gotta get down. You gotta just, you can't just be there.
All the secrets, nigga, and you ain't in on the secrets. We need some assurance, nigga. We need some assurance. Nigga, get on in here, Gene. Gene, see you, Big Gene, coming out too. That's how you.
So they're still in I guess they're in a sidebar, and the judge says, "Mr. Phillip, you're still under oath." They're talking to the escort. The defense says, "Let me show you a text message chain between you and Cassie. Is it accurate?" Daniel says, the escort, "Yes." Defense says, "Were you working for a service?" Daniel says, "A male review show." I don't know if I meant to say revenue. A male review show. So the jury's still not there. They're questioning him. Let's see. Hopefully this updates over here. Diddy saying so. This should have updated.
He know everything. He ain't just a fly on the wall just to be a fly on the wall, nigga. How you get to be a fly on the wall, Gene? How? To get to see all you done seen and you stay quiet all this time. How you get to be a fly on the wall is what I want to know. Same with, like, I had Whack 100 one time. Who keep telling you all the gay secrets, nigga? How you getting all the gay secrets? Who trusting you and entrusting you with the gay vault? So now, man, you got to question the nigga to say they done seen. How you get to see that kind of shit, nigga? And they know him to keep it discreet.
But probably he was playing dumb, like he didn't act.
Man,
he was probably acting like he didn't see.
You done seen too much to know you ain't seen to play dumb. During the hiring phase, you think these people don't know what the...
The defense says you were a manager, male strippers for women. Escort says yes. Defense says prostitution was prohibited. Escort says yes. Your job was to build it up. He says yes or no. I'll go with yes. Objection! Sustained. Okay. So they're kind of going back and forth a little bit. The jury's still not in. I wonder what time they're going till. Anybody know? They're going till 5? 5 o'clock? 5 or 6 o'clock? I wanted to see the cross today, man. Okay.
To look for in a man to trust a straight man around. I'm playing straight before the world, but in secret, my bodyguard know I'm a Fruit Loop. So I'm supposed to trust this bodyguard, and I fired him 20 years ago. Unless the bodyguard is in with what I'm in with, he don't get to see nothing. So, nah, man, I think everybody who saw something because they was a part of something. That's how they was able to see something.
You don't think anybody's innocent that's been around in pictures? Even Tyrese said that he went to Diddy parties, but he never went to the after party. It's people that went to Diddy parties, but never went to the after party.
Two pair of funky lips will say anything. Well, they know what's at the after party. You never heard nobody speak on nothing. Why have they been silent for so long?
It's a lot of hearsay about what goes on.
That's what I'm saying. It's been hearsay. Why did it take the FBI, the government, to come in and say, man, we know he's been doing this. Here's what we got. When there's been hearsay about it all this time and all these years. He's been shielded by them, homie. They never shied away from him. They know he's been beating up Kim Porter. They know he's been torturing Cassie. They know he's been doing this shit. So why nobody ever shied away from him?
Because he's fucking all the CEOs that's keeping great relationships.
Man, somebody wrote a book.
All these CEOs are going to his parties. That's how he's keeping the leverage.
How you know, nigga?
I read the book.
Oh, okay. I'm saying, shit, you
Still at the sidebar, the defense says, did the company open fake businesses to optimize search results? The escort says fake addresses. It was just SEO. You went to optimize the lady's experience. Daniel says the escort says, I have no idea what you mean. It's just our slogan. So let's start this over again a little bit. They come back. They're still on a break, I guess, but they're at a sidebar. The judge says they're still under oath, and the defense says, let me show you a text message chain between you and Cassie. Is this accurate? He says, yes. You were working for a service, a male review show. You were a manager, male strippers for women. Yes. Prostitution was prohibited. Yes, that's correct. Your job was to build it up. Yes and no. I'll go with yes. Objection. Did the company open fake businesses to optimize search results, fake addresses? He says it was just SEO. You went to optimize the lady's experience. I don't know what he meant by that, but
Some specifics, nigga. How you done told you this shit? Yeah, you done.
Allegedly.
Okay, shit. It sounds about right. But he CEO and he also fucking artist. The other celebrities. You not getting invited to the party. Remember they say you gotta tell him no.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta tell Diddy no, remember? So Tyrese said, I'm not going to the after party. Man, they all been to the after parties. You mean to tell me when you first became a star and didn't nobody know who you was and you was trying to get in, you didn't go to the party? You got to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, nobody have pushed back against this culture that Diddy's supposed to have created for us in the black entertainment world. There's been no pushback against him. When Jeffrey Epstein started showing up in places, white people started saying, hey, man, what is that guy? Who is he? What do he do? How did he become rich? Man, they started giving a pushback. There was never no pushback against Diddy, even with all the rumors of him killing Tupac. So I don't think Diddy just got something on executive. He got something on everybody. I think Diddy done fucked everybody. Literally. I think he done fucked everybody.
I think over 20 CEOs have stepped down. Kevin Lyles from 300. The Nike CEO stepped down.
The feds, know what they got.
You feel like that's a red flag?
Yep. Yeah, the feds know what they got.
Or is this a coincidence?
I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, I don't believe in coincidences. Yeah, no, I don't believe in coincidences.
What do you think is going to happen? What's your prediction on what's going to happen?
I think they're going after his assets. Yeah, I think they're going out after his assets. It's kind of hard to predict what's going to happen, homie.
Okay, the defense says Cassie told you to say the name Black. The escort says yes. Your boss told you someone wanted a black man stripper. Escort says yes. Defense says, let me show you. Prosecution says this shouldn't be put on the screen. Defense says, take it off, take it off. Okay. Looks like they're still officially on a break, I guess. I don't know. Oh, here we go. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Let's use this one. Okay.
Another black man go to jail.
And this, okay, so do you think this is the end of the celebrity? Do you feel like celebrities aren't what they used to be? People are going to realize what goes on. Do you feel like how people
go ahead,
how we praise celebrities and how you used to say rappers aren't what they used to be? We don't care about rappers. Do you feel like that these are the last days of us caring about the celebrity?
Oh no. Oh no. If that was the case, we wouldn't be talking about it. We would be dismissing what has happened. But nothing's gonna change, my nigga. nothing's gonna change. I think Puffy stays solid. Don't tell on nobody. Go do his time. And come back and still be the man.
I don't think you can go live a billionaire lifestyle, have your own private jets, have mansions in 3-4 cities, and you do your time. You're gonna do what it takes to get out of there.
Bernie Madoff did. And he was an old white man. Bernie Madoff did. Didn't tell nothing. Didn't get nobody up. I don't think the federal government wants anybody else. I think this is...
Diddy, man. Woo. They all did it go down. Somebody's got to go down. Somebody's got to take the fall. But, you know, they say where there's smoke, there's fire. Been a lot of people not happy with this guy.
No, but I did though. Thank you.
Still waiting for an update. Did it do it? Let me see what you got. What you guys saying in the chat? Ponzi scheme? Cassie accepted the money and apologies. How's this accepted in the courtroom? The diddler. Oh, I didn't want to do that. Oops. Still waiting. It's quiet.
Because those who came out and what they were saying, most of the people who went in and came back out, what they were saying was that what they expected the state to put intensity, it seems like some political lawyers are really putting them against what?
Okay, we finally got some type of update. Ugh. Defense says she was wearing a wig. Escort says yes. She handed you money. Escort says she handed me $4,000. Question, before any oil rubbing? Yes, correct. She had on heels and dark glasses. Donald says, where'd that come from? Her hand. Okay. Thank you. 33 months. Wow. Thank you, Gypsy Lola. Is that family?
No, he's good. He's good.
Get her. Chase her.
So who are they?
I guess to cross. Chase them. Thank you, Gypsy Lola, for the 33 months. A grasshopper, Arkansas. Thank you for the 28 months. Amazing. 2 years. Over 2 years, and Gypsy over almost getting close to 3. Hey. Okay, defense says you were wearing a New York City Police Department uniform, right? Escort says I bought an NYPD t-shirt. Defense says you took the oil off the front of Cassie. Escort says the oil? No, I took off my clothes. She said it's my birthday. Oh. Getting crazy. Let's see what this lady has. Oh, she stopped. Okay, waiting. Kind of slow pace with the updates.
That was Alex Swan, Cassie's husband.
Shitty press. Let's see.
We should all have one. Bigger. That's what I'm thinking. It went from that to fucking you can't lift it. He didn't offer me the Milwaukee. It was something even heavier. It was ridiculous. It was 2 people carrying it.
Mo coming out the court with a Bible and rosary every time. Yeah. Diddy, how could you do it, Diddy? Diddy do it. Oil, money, riches, fame. The top of the top. Everybody wants to make it to the top. What are you willing to do to not have to work again? What are you willing to give? What are you willing to sacrifice? What kind of dirty deeds are you willing to do? What morality are you willing to compromise? What pills are you willing to take for a good time? It's life-changing, career-changing, the dream that you've always wanted to live. Many would do a lot of things, a lot of dirty things if they had to.
Released after more than 580 days in captivity.
Diddy. What are you willing to do? What are you willing to sell? I remember when I lost my mind. That's my That's so crazy. So you too good for baby oil? You think you too good? You think you're better than us? Don't know update. What's going on, pimpin'? The updates have slowed down. Four seconds ago. Defense says it appears she is enjoying herself, ? The escort says yes. What was your position? He says missionary. I was like, did that just happen? Defense says she asked you for a photo. Philip says, I don't know if Sean Combs asked for it. Judge says, ignore that. Oh my God. Oh!
Daddy, I like when you scrambling and scraping for shit. I like that.
A month ago.
Why what happened to her is because she told Diddy that she knew he unalived Tupac.
What?
I want everybody to think that's where the story for her started. Why would all that need to happen to her if what she was saying wasn't true? They laugh off everything else. Why didn't you laugh off that? Right? They're unbothered people, right? They all looking real bothered right now.
Real life. It ain't real life.
Oh. They said we'll pick it up here tomorrow. So they're calling it a day. I guess they end at 5, so 9 to 5. Let's see who's coming out.
Okay, who's coming?
I want to see the cross of the escort.
my husband, do you mind, could you still come in? He said yes. He goes in. And then he testified that they did baby oil massages, and then that led to sex, and that the entire time that this was going on, the man in the corner, her husband, that he later found out was Sean Combs, was pleasuring himself, but at the time he had a bathrobe on and had some of his face covered, and that this was not a one-off. There were many other occasions like this at various other locations, at both their Manhattan residences as well as at a number of other hotels that he named. And he said sometimes Sean Combs would get in and participate at the very end, but most of the time he would watch, and once or twice he was actually videotaping. And then this testimony got even more graphic than we can say here on TV. But it's so disturbing that Combs' three daughters, who were in the court as a show of family support for him today, they walked out of the courtroom.
Oh, the daughters walked out?
About two of the first rows
yes.
in the courtroom. And as far as the first testimony, the first person to testify right before Daniel Phillips, who was that person and what did they say?
Well, that person was an officer at the Intercontinental Hotel, a security officer. And what was interesting about what he was saying, he's the one that responded to that 6th floor hotel room after Cassie was beaten. He escorted her back to the room so she could get her bag, and then basically helped her get out of there into a car and to get away eventually. So that was pretty important testimony too, Michelle.
All right, thank you so much, Lisa. And we'll have testimony continue tomorrow morning here at the federal courthouse. Back to you guys.
Thank you both. Meanwhile, the man accused of starting the gunfight that led to the tragic killing of a Harlem grandmother was formerly...
Young Miami. What we're doing tonight, guys? What's the plan, man? What's the plan for tonight? Chilling, TV. Sleeping. Standoff. Diddy. Yeah, I have a grasshopper or something green in the tank that's alive. I guess it's a grasshopper. Police chase, hopefully. Yeah. Diddy complained about the lack of baby oil for sex. Male dancer testifies. Boy, look at that baby oil, that lubricant. That laced baby oil, that special slip and slide. That is crazy. 1,000 bottles of baby oil. What he said, that's what they found. That's crazy, man. Wow. And that guy Charleston was saying, who knows, they probably take some like supplements and stuff that they're just up. They're just in full throttle for 24, 48 hours. Your thing is just up. Just non-stop, sweaty and oil and all kind of paying people off. Escorts, no protection. Holy crap, dude.
something like that. So definitely.
Well, I guess that's it for now. I guess we'll see what comes up later. And as far as tomorrow, plans for tomorrow, I don't know. I am curious about the cross-examination of the escort. I'd like to see that, and definitely when Cassie testifies. Cassie. So we'll see. The updates in the evening were coming in kind of slow, so we don't have to be super early. We can come on and just read the stuff and catch up real quick. So we'll see. I guess it depends what pops off tonight. We'll see how it goes. Guitar Airways. All right, guys, hit the like button, please. Consider subscribing to the mail list. It's free, the mailing list. Don't miss any notifications. Check out the Mail website. I'm going to relax for a little bit, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Diddy, I want to see Diddy. They said Diddy had a Bible, man. Diddy had a Bible, you guys. How dare you accuse Diddy? Let ye without the first stone throw the first stone. Have ye not thrown the stone? So how dare you judge before ye being judged, you know? Whatever. Let me check one more thing. Let's see how we're doing here. All right, guys. I'll catch you later. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop. Like, subscribe. Take care. Peace.